Hi, I am Pratham. Today in this video we are going to discuss about how can we make a live canvas and how the live things can be moved. So without wasting any time, let's get dive into it. So before starting this video, I wanted to discuss some of the changes which I had done in this project. So let's first discuss about the changes in a backend. So here what I did, I have created one more handler, that is a draw handler, which handles the draw event. And what it is going to do, it is going to broadcast the message which it gets to all the WebSocket connections. So this is one change, and the other change is that I have created one more method, that is send to all, which is used to broadcast the message to all the WebSocket connection. Although we don't need this method in our entire project, but to demonstrate our live canvas I have to make this message. And one more, here I had just looped over the game handler import and get the handler and just call that handler with the socket. So what does this mean? That all the object which I have mentioned here will get the socket object and register the events on the socket. So we don't have to write explicitly here for all the other handlers. So it will automatically register for the other events, and we have to just mention our handler here. So this is the changes I had done at backend side, and now let's discuss the changes at frontend side. That I have made a service, a canvas service, and move the draw on canvas function here and erase on canvas here. So these are the functions which we were using at this place. Now I have just called the function which I had declared in the service for draw and the erase. I had moved this function because this draw on canvas is now not only get called by this R renderer, also when we receive the commands from the server, that is the commands from the other client, so we will also have to render that information on our canvas. So that's the reason, and also storing the canvas object here. And in canvas I have just called this service set canvas method to assign the canvas to this instance. And also I made a one more service, that is game service, which is first service that's get called when our main application will get loaded. So I have just initialized it here in the main application. Before that we just directly initialized our WebSocket initialization function. Now I have changed this with the game service initialization, and in the game service I have just registered one event, that is game canvas draw, which is a draw event, and registered this function. So this function is the function called when we receive this event from the server, and this is the draw client function. We will call this function when we will draw on our canvas, and we have to send that data to the server, so the other clients will get the data and make a drawing over their canvas. So this is what I have changed in the project. So now let's get started with the main topic, that how can we make a live canvas. So let me just first show you the application that is working same as our previous video. So here it is, we can draw and do erase. Yeah, it is working fine. So now how can we achieve a live canvas? So you can assume that we can't send this complete canvas to our server and to the other clients. So what we can do, that whenever we draw something, that drawing will change some pixels. So let us assume this is a pixel and this is a canvas, and these are the pixels on our canvas, and whenever we draw we will change the color of this pixel, then again change the color of this pixel, and this will make a line like that. So what we will try to do, we will just send this point, the x-axis and the y-axis, to be more specific, normalize x and normalize y. So we can adjust the x and y according to the canvas width and height. So we will send the each pixel point to our backend server, and that pixel point will get broadcasted to the other clients, and the clients will get this normalized x and y, and they will make this x and y according to their width and height and use that draw function to render over the canvas. So this is how we can achieve the live canvas. Let's discuss how our data will look like. So this will going to be array of 5, and we will discuss it for drawing and eraser. In case of eraser, we don't need the start point, and in case of drawing we need start point y, and current point, that is going to be end point, and current point y. And in case of eraser, we just want current x and current y. And for indicating that whether we are do a drawing, so we will also send one state that indicates whether we are drawing or erasing. So our data will be the array of size 5 for drawing and array of size 3 for eraser. So one more thing, that when we do drawing, it will generate many data, because there are so many pixels at here, and in a microsecond there will be so much data. Like when I draw this line, this will change so many pixels, and this will be a size of like 60 and more than 60 of that data which I had discussed, the array of 5 and array of 3. So it will be more costly for us to send them individual and call our WebSocket send functions more and more time in the matter of milliseconds. So what we will do here, we will just aggregate them all like 60 in a one more array, and we will send this array to our server. And so this will batch all the other pixel points into a one large array, and this large array will get sent after some time like 50 milliseconds. So it will be more efficient for our to do a batching here. So we will get a commands here that is going to be a array of number, and we will just call our WebSocket service to emit an event, and the event is going to be a canvas, a draw, and we will just send these commands to our WebSocket. And when we get the data from the server, we will just get the command from the server, and this command will be the array of number. So we will get the each command, and first we will check whether the zeroth element of our command equal to 0. Then that means we are drawing, that we had discussed in our previous video. If you haven't watched that video, please check that video. You will get the idea how we can make a responsive canvas and how can we draw over the canvas. So that video is a prerequisite video for this video. So we will check whether we are drawing, and we will just call our canvas service here to draw on canvas, and just pass the command and check for the eraser, that whether we are going to erase or not. We will call the erase on canvas and pass the command, and now we have to serialize our data so we can batch them together and send it to our backend server. So we will have here a batch array. Let's make it a batch array, and this is going to be array of number, which will store all the commands. And the one more thing, that is going to be a batch time, like after how many seconds or milliseconds we are going to send this batch array to the server. So let's have it 50 millisecond, going to be just a read only for me, and a boolean and a flag that indicates whether I have to send or not is required sending, that is going to be a false for now. So here we have a serialized canvas, and we will get the single command here. So and from where we will get this command, after do a drawing and the eraser thing, we will just call the canvas function serialize canvas and just pass the command, that is sx. So for pencil, this will be a pencil sx. So here this function is responsible for the serialization. So let's check how can we serialize our canvas. And we have discussed that we will save them into the batch array. So we will have a set timeout here, and this is now good to go, that we are just push all the commands, and at the first time we will trigger our set timeout here after some millisecond, and this will just call this draw client, which will send the data to the server. And after that we will just empty our batch array and again make the flag false, so we can again trigger this function for the new batch array. And every time we call this serialized canvas, we have to just change the flag to the true, that we have already sent data. And now let's check whether it is working or not. And now you can see that if I draw here, it will draw here the same thing, irrespective of the canvas size. We get the drawing and it is responsive. And just to use the eraser, and you can see that we are live drawing the things and we are receiving the events. So this is how we can achieve the live canvas, and how can we serialize the data to achieve the live canvas. So if you like this video, please subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. For more content like this, please support the channel and stay tuned with me. Thank you.